In November of 1996, the artist Prince, he went on the Oprah Winfrey Show. And when he was asked about the early inspirations in his career, the earlier work that he had done, he had this to say. He said, it's all part of the experience of life. It's gotten me to this place. You take one thing out of that and the structure falls. So in that spirit, to better understand your inspirations, your journey to build the structure behind Kyle Abraham, I have this little game segment, which is a rapid fire round.
Okay.
So I'm going to list down a bunch of inspirations. Could be people, musicians, dancers, movies. I'm only going to give you a minute for each. And in a minute or less, I would love it if you can share what is the most important quality that you have learned from each of these inspirations.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, it's hard. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is hard. Number 1, D'Angelo.
Oh gosh. Vulnerability. Do you want me to expand?
Well, you have a minute, so you can use it.
Yeah, I think the music is so vulnerable and it's so real, and it also draws connection to the past while also just honoring who he is and what makes him the kind of artist he is. That's an artist who draws influence by the soul music of a previous era while also just being really kind of imprinted in his current environment or the environment he was in when he started writing music. You get this kind of like, I don't know, you get the hood in the music in a way that's just so earnest, but the vulnerability is one of my biggest takeaways from him and his music.
Great way to describe D'Angelo. Number 2, Boyz in the Hood.
Oh gosh, I think about middle school for me in some ways.
Okay.
It's so 90s in a way that like connects me to a lot of American history and the injustice that people of color have had to face in this country in particular with regards to not only gun violence, but also the ways in which crack cocaine was brought into our communities, just the way guns were coming into our community in particular, or the lack of resources to help prevent the spread of HIV and AIDS in that time period in particular within our community was pretty devastating. And I think the film is a beautiful time capsule to kind of look at and address a lot of those things in particular.
It's a beautiful time capsule. I'm going to come back to you on this after this segment.
Sure.
Number 3, Terence Trent D'arby.
Oh, my man.
Shout out.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, it's interesting, right? Thinking about someone like Terence Trent D'arby and in relationship to D'Angelo, because they're both very clearly making their connections to music of a previous era. I think for Terence Trent D'arby, a lot of it is in Sam Cooke. You know, it's very clear his love of Sam Cooke's music, which obviously, you know, I have to be a fan of Sam Cooke. It's like, you know, how would I not? So yeah, I don't know. I think that's probably one of the big things for me. I made many dances to Terence, and when I first started dancing, oh my God, I think just someone who could live in both of these worlds, be in R&B world, be in the popular music world, in a way that was never questioned per se.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, I'm noticing this pattern where artists that tend to stay in different worlds all at the same time, you do tend to gravitate towards them. So interesting. Number 4, Bill T. Jones.
Ah, the man himself. Yeah. Oh God, I think so many things. Aquarius. I think, Bill's he's a brilliant, again, a vulnerable person, but really a brilliant man. Someone who I've learned a lot from, reading his book, Last Night on Earth, his memoir in the mid 90s, actually. It had made a huge impact on me, as did seeing first a lecture demonstration of Still Here, a work that I saw in Pittsburgh in 95. Actually, I think it was maybe 94 even, the 94-95 school year. And then seeing that work live that year was really impactful. And then hearing Bill read excerpts of Last Night on Earth, and then the company performed D-Man in the Waters, which is another amazing work of his, like his signature work. All of that just made a huge impact on the way I look at dance. And I used to watch a lot of documentaries on Bill T. My first year of college, when I didn't have many friends, I would just eat dinner in my my dorm room and watch the VHS of Bill T being interviewed. yeah, so he has a very, very special place in my heart.
Sounds like a great way to spend your college years. I think you're crushing it. You're within the 1 minute time limit. Final one,
Okay.
the artist Prince.
Yeah, I have a tattoo on the. Too many things, honestly. I owe his legacy so much. When I first told my parents that I wanted to dance, I went into their room and danced for them to a Prince song, "Still Will Stand All Time" from the Graffiti Bridge soundtrack. Just showing them that I wanted to be a dance person, a choreographer, etc. And so that was special. My very first dance I ever made and did in front of an audience was to Another Lonely Christmas for the Christmas show in my high school. So yeah, there's definitely not only that, I think, my first record's a Prince record.
You watched the Joffrey Ballet with the
Yeah, the
billboards as
Joffrey
well.
Ballet. It's the first ballet I ever saw. Yeah, I mean, he's someone who has always he's such a idol influence, hero for me. Again, this artist who's played in these two different worlds, if not more. Yeah, I mean, Prince was all over the place in the best way. There's bootleg duets of Prince and Miles Davis together. Prince is someone who loved the arts in so many ways and didn't care about getting credit for all the things. Well, not credit, because we all want our credit, but didn't care about, if he was donating to an arts program, he wasn't like putting that everywhere because it wasn't about his name being listed as a donor. It was just more about getting money and getting resources to the arts, which is just really, really amazing. Separate from just seeing someone just kind of just be so enamored with their love of the art form, staying up until the wee hours of the morning or night, just playing and learning from his colleagues and contemporaries. It's just really, really special.
Yeah, being in so many different worlds, the way he was so fluid with styles. And of course, you spoke about his name. He had this whole relationship with his name itself, and he had to end up giving it. So yeah, I definitely agree with that analysis. 6 out of 6 performance. You crushed it in this rapid fire round. I know you have a lot of achievements, but you can add this rapid fire round to your achievements as well.